What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Savage Land. Welcome back to another episode of The Table. And today on The Table, we're going to be picking up on some episodes that I last left off, 5 months ago. Dragonfly Down, Part 1 and Part 2. Today, we're going to be seeing Part 3. And Part 3 is going to bring us into a new land. What is that? Yes, the Savage Land. As you can see, the Bronchiosaurus neck and head poking through the bush area, the tree line that I'm starting to form here. And that's pretty much what we're going to do. I'm going to make a wild story that kind of combines G.I. Joe, X-Men, Savage Land, dinosaurs, and anything in between, man. And we're going to have a good, fresh, fun, new time. I'm going to back up from the table and kind of show you what's going on, everything I'm going to be composing of to make this fun episode here. So we're going to back up. Now, you can see the Mattel Mega Colossal Bronchiosaurus here. That's definitely a great background piece. I got my trees here. Trees have bendy wire in them, so it's good. I'm going to make an archway out of this, but I got a beautiful scene going on there. I added in some flowers from Michael, so when that light hits, that neon light hits it, they illuminate. It almost looks like they're like glowing. And we got our cast of characters here. Got some G.I. Joes, got some X-Men. Later on, Savage Crucible will be introduced. We have the Skyhawk here, the Tiger Force Skyhawk. We have Zabu. I finally built him. He's going to be in here. And just a whole little other bunch of little fun stuff we got going on. Got a few pieces from the pet store, some aquarium pieces, some reptile pieces, man. And we just going to do the damn thing, man. So, we're going to get into this episode of The Table. Dragonfly Down Part 3. Enter the Savage Land. Right, so pretty much with this scene right here, I was just starting out. I was just trying different things out. I wanted to put the Raptors in an interesting setting with almost kind of Sauron, almost kind of leading the pack over them, kind of having them almost under his control. Kind of just trying to make a scene like that where they're almost kind of like a unified front. This scene here, I was just really kind of going for the Jurassic Park scene. It's in somewhere in these large amount of clips that I'll make the story in. I just kind of wanted to make that tall weeds in the grass scene with the raptors from Jurassic Park. I've tried it several times, and just me elaborating on this scene. It's such a great scene, iconic scene, and why not do it with toys? So it ended up being a great pick. This is the angle that I caught it from. Right here, once again, totally influenced by Jurassic Park with the Bronchiosaurus scene with Dr. Grant, Dr. Malcolm in the beginning of Jurassic Park 1, where they get out of the Jeep and kind of was playing off for the Jeep in this one. It's pretty much this Tiger Force Skyhawk here. I thought it was a great way to implement that in that scene. It's pretty much the scene that I was talking about here when this video first began. I was trying to basically almost make the tree line frame the Bronchiosaurus neck eating, and it turned out okay. What I do like most about this is the different colors that I was able to capture out of those flowers, and as this goes on, maybe I can elaborate on that more, because every session is a learning session basically. And yes, these three look great together. Storm Shadow, Jinx, Darklawn. On the low, Darklawn is a straight up rock star, to be quite honest with you, man. I love that figure. I love the versatility of him. I implemented him in this because he has a broadsword, and later on there's going to be a lot of sword play, claw action in these table. What we have here are some rocks that I collected from Colorado. Now, the black kind of riverstone rocks, all the little small rocks, I didn't. I found them somewhere. I believe I was doing a concrete job, and I picked those up, and I always thought they'd be great to use in the table. But these bigger rocks came from me hiking Mount Bierstadt, in Colorado and some other 14er I hiked about 15 years ago, and I collected those rocks and I had them ever since. Just kind of years. What we got going on here is a scene that I'm setting up. I don't know when I'm going to place this scene in, but we're using Savage Crucible. And please, I might say the name wrong. The Lemurians, the lizard men. I'm gonna have a different type of play on them, where they're almost kind of like a religious cult, and they have control over Sauron. I'm taking stories and I'm bending them, taking G.I. Joe stories, X-Men story, bending them to my own world, my own satisfaction, man. But it's gonna set up for a pretty cool scene. All right, so right here you see I got a scene going on where I have one of these Savage Crucible lizards standing in the background, but it's really not going to be the main focus on this. What the main focus of this is the AEW Jungle Boy here. Pretty much Luke Perry's son. I forgot his name, but his last name is Perry also. AEW figure, wrestling figure. Kind of set up like, like guess you would say an indigenous person. Just like people in the Savage Land. I'm gonna have him playing Sauron's, male counterpart here before, he turns into the dragon. He has the Savage Crucible, like little liquid pouch that they have that you can peg into the side. So we're just gonna make a simple scene out of this. I'm liking the way this look, but I'm gonna add some more features to it. Now I think I'm about to add my Colorado rocks and my skeleton, my Tyrannosaurus head skeleton that I got from the pet store. Alright guys, so I'm back here at the Feeder Supply pet store, and I was doing another run on my usual Friday and came across these cool skulls. Once again, looks like they're like for snakes to go inside like the aquariums or reptile ordeals, but they had this cool like T-Rex skull like right here that I picked up, and I'm gonna do a Savage Land table episode, and that's cool, like for a background piece. But what's also cooler is being that Zabu is a saber tooth. They also had a huge saber tooth skull too. $12.99. It's made out of like some type of porcelain or rock. Once again with the T-Rex. I got them in the bag here. Both very heavy pieces. Very nice pieces after I use them for the action figure photography, man. But like I said, guys, hit your pet stores, man. Maybe you can find something really cool. Like, look at all these like natural features, rock sculptures, things of that. Like, I really like that. I probably could use that, but I feel like I could build that out of just regular rocks. And then they also got like a little cave down here. And all of this stuff is just for like reptiles, snakes. But the skulls really caught my attention. I think that's dope for background pieces. Especially like the T-Rex skull. Like, this one's big, but I got one like twice the size. I think I picked up the last $19.99 one. This is $12.99 for this one. But if you in North Carolina, in the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area, Feeder Supply. But this stuff is universal. You can go to any pet store, check it out. But I just had to hit you guys with that. And they also got like a natural tree, like shrubbery and stuff like that, almost kind of like for a desert scene or a Sahara type scene, man. But yep, check out the pet store. What I got going on right now is a scene behind everything. All right, trying to get something going on with my stones from Colorado, which blend in pretty good, man. But right now they're just basically almost just being used as like a prop just to help sit up this skull here. I'm gonna set the green light in the middle so it can shine up through, and what I'm gonna try to do now is try to stack some rocks here. Try to get something going. I don't know if that's gonna work. Probably do something like this. Let's take a look at it from the other side. As you can see here now, I pretty much got what I wanted. You see the rocks, the real rocks, I put along with the action figure sold separately styrofoam floor here. What this looks like stone, but the real rocks with it, you can't even tell the difference between each one. That's good. That's good placement, man. Let me pick this up off of here. But I just placed the extra ones around. I got Sauron right there, just really Jungle Boy, real rocks. I got the Sentinel rocks here. Got the Savage Crucible Jacob. That's who I call him. It's not his name, but he's got the Bible in his hand, and then I got the piece right here from the pet store with the rocks holding it up. You know, it's not a main focal point of the scene, but it's a part of the scene. I can get some good shots with that. And this is the angle I'm going to come from. He's taking the potion, you know, transforming the Sauron. Nice, colorful scene. Nice black background. I'm liking this. Now, I got some effects on my Sauron character, which is Jungle Boy, the AEW action figure. But I want to try something new here. And I'm going to just kind of do this for a transformation scene. But I on my little light here, I put lightning effect. Now, I'm taking too much of an effect now because the lights are on. But once I hit the lights, now what we have here is a scene that I'm setting up to almost look like a helicopter wreck. That's why you see the tail in front of the electromagnetic globe there. And I brought this Dragonfly a couple of months back because I wanted another one, so I just ended up buying one off eBay. And I just hadn't put it together yet, so that's the only reason to separate. I did not take a Dragonfly apart. I believe you can't, and I wouldn't try to attempt to do one, but I mixed the Colorado rocks in. I wanted to blend in this globe, you know, with the electromagnetic pulse on it, where, you know, I guess that's what you call it. But it's just an old science globe. When you touch it, you know, the beams go to you, man. And it just has such pretty colors and a nice effect to where, you know, it illuminates within itself. And as far as live footage, it looks even better, you know, than when taking a still picture of it. And that's all I wanted to create with this scene. Just a scene right before they transmit over into the Savage Land and go onto lands unbeknownst to man, basically, man. And Darkline, Jinx, Trixie, Outback, Coral, and Storm Shadow all get sucked up in this right before, you know, a big explosion happens, man. And I just think it's such a cool scene. And let's get ready for another story. AI movie. Welcome to the Savage Land. The last time we checked in with the Gucci girls, they were battling enemy poachers in far-off lands, led by their trusty leaders Quarrel and the ever-so-deadly Jinx. They've battled in far lands looking for Wild Bill and his Dragonfly. Requesting some help from Action Force, they battled the mighty Saw Commander, who relentless and ruthless ways threaten the whole world. But thanks to our Dragonfly division, our helicopter teams, we were able to push those enemy forces back. The pursuit for Wild Bill still ensues. A strange magnetic force down in South America opted the team to go down there and do a little snooping around. They were met head on with forces from Darkline's Iron Grenadier Brigade. The battle ensued while Jinx and Trixie checked out the broke-down Dragonfly that had no signs of Wild Bill, no signs of his DNA. Bombs ensued as this electromagnetic force starts to twist and turn, and atoms start to disintegrate right in front of our eyes. We feel like we almost are being pulled into this force. And then yet something strange happens. where prehistoric beasts still roam. A land where man and beast call home. A land where truly the savage still survive. A land that is truly the last frontier. Only the savage will truly survive in this land. This is the Savage Land. Outback, Trixie, and Quarl were transmitted in the same wave. After a brief observation, they made their journey to explore their newfound home. Can't say the same for Darklorn, Stormshadow, and Jinx. Jinx is a trooper. She was up first, with the two boys still out. She calls for her cousin, but no answer. Looks like Trixie and Outback have made some new friends, along with Quarl. They found that this land is far, far from Earth, but almost a prehistoric Earth, where some people don't make it out. They quickly leave the Skyhawk and begin to hike. The only way home is to explore and research. But Quarl has a strange feeling they're being followed. Darklorn and Stormshadow awake, only to find that they think they're still in a war. Jinx brings it to their attention that there's a 50-foot dinosaur standing above their heads. I think you two fellas need to work out your differences. We truly are working better as allies than enemies, because there are bigger problems at stake here. We need to get home. And I don't think it took a lot of convincing to convince the two parties. The younger Rashikage looks in the sky at a truly amazing sight. Darklorn swears on his family crest that he'll defend them tooth and nail, and the three set out on the expedition party. Stormshadow questions Kim's authority on if they should trust Darklorn or not. She assures him, and they set out. They hike through the tall grass in this prehistoric land, knowing the only way for survival is for all three of them to truly trust each other. But they have no choice. They come across an abandoned Skyhawk, looking like it's from a previous time that's been sucked into this electromagnetic portal. Poor soul. As they walk across the rock, they feel the tension in the air. They feel the death in the air. So happens to look back and see something trailing them. Velociraptors. Danger. Simultaneously, gunshots go off in the distance. Darklorn and Stormshadow head that direction. Jinx, meanwhile, has the two Velociraptors behind her. To think, to breathe, have to make a choice. Meanwhile, Outback, Trixie and Quarl are being surrounded. Velociraptors are looking for an evening meal. They are the ones to be served. Or will Outback, Trixie, and Quarl be the main dish?